Hi, guys. I'm Mrs. Gatlin, and last week, Miss Mawson explained how to choose a topic for the How to Challenge project that we're going to be doing as we do online distance learning. This week, I'm going to explain how to write instructions. As I do this lesson, I would suggest that you take some notes. You can pause the video. You can also rewind if you need to rehear something. But I would suggest taking notes just the same as if we were in class. Um, okay, here we go. So writing instructions. We write instructions to explain how to make or do something. We want the reader to be able to follow the instructions and do the task on their own. So the instructions that you write need to be clear enough that somebody who's never done your task or never made your food or whatever it is that you're doing can pick up your instructions, follow them step by step to reach the end product. Okay, so the instructions need to be clear and they need to be simple and easy to follow so that somebody can complete the task using only your instructions. What do instructions have? So, instructions should include a title, explaining what is going to be made or achieved by following your instructions. And if you look there in the top right-hand corner, it says how to wash your hands properly. That's the title for this infographic and that for the instructions. So that title tells me that if I follow these instructions, I will learn how to wash my hands properly. Next, you need an introduction to make the reader excited about the task or to help pique their interest. You also need to include a list of materials, ingredients, tools, or whatever you need to complete the task. Now, the list of ingredients is very important, and it goes at the top of the instructions for a reason, and that's because before I set out to make something, I need to know that I have all the materials already. The worst thing is whenever you're like making a recipe, for example, you're trying to make some food based on a recipe, and only to find out halfway through that you're missing an important ingredient. And that means that you can't complete the task. You can't make the recipe. And so you kind of have wasted your time, but also wasted the ingredients that you used to start the recipe. So the list of materials or ingredients is important. It needs to go at the top of your instructions. The next thing, an explanation of what to do step by step in the correct order. You can add number or bullet points to show the order. And the numbering and bulleting is very important because it helps the reader kind of follow along. If they're not numbered and the steps are not labeled, it makes it hard for a reader to, follow sentence to sentence how to do the task. And lastly, pictures. These are optional. We're not making you do pictures. In fact, your instructions should be clear enough and simple enough that a person could follow your instructions without pictures. However, pictures and labeled diagrams do help your audience follow your instructions. And so you can see there at the top, that little infographic, those pictures, they do help the reader understand how to wash your hands properly. But the instructions, the step-by-step instructions are clear enough that somebody could follow them even if they didn't have the pictures. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about some top tips that somebody could use to do their instructions for the project. Okay. So first, you want to make the reader feel excited to do the task. The introduction should tell the reader how amazing or delicious the final product is. You can also ask a question like, have you ever, or would you like to? You could say, like, have you ever wanted to hit a home run? And then, have you ever wanted to learn how to hit a home run? That could be part of my introduction that kind of like piques our interest. Yes, I have wanted to learn how to hit a home run. And so the instructions will tell you how to do that. You also want to think about safety. Keep your reader safe by telling them about steps that might be dangerous and explain how to make it safer. So you can ask an adult to help you, would be an example of a safety tip. If somebody is talking about doing a dangerous task and the instructions are for little kids, it could be like cutting something and the instructions are for a little kid that has to use scissors. You could say, ask an adult to help you because scissors can be dangerous for little kids. If it's a baseball, you could say, be sure to wear a helmet whenever you're playing baseball as a batter because you don't want to get hit in the head with the ball, right? Okay. So the next thing is to make it sound easy. Tell the reader how easy it is to complete your instructions. And like, for example, in just 4 easy steps, blah, blah, blah. But the instructions should be easy for the reader to follow. And that's because if I've never played baseball before, but I want to try to hit that home run, and I'm reading your instructions, if they're too complicated, I'm probably going to quit. And so your instructions need to be simple, clear, and easy to follow so that your reader can do the task. So next, you want to use subheadings. Each part of your instruction should have a subheading to separate them. And that helps your reader follow along. Your ingredients should have their own subheading, and then your steps should also have subheadings, and that helps your reader distinguish between the parts of your instructions. Also, you want to add top tips or bonus information to help your readers along. They help them with the tricky part or give them different ways of making the finished product even better. So next, we're going to talk about how instructions are arranged, and we're going to look at an example. So this is an infographic with instructions on how to make a lizard card. And who wouldn't want to make this cute little lizard card, right? So it says make, in the top right-hand corner, it says make and send this cute card to a friend. What are you waiting for? And so that's the introduction, trying to like pique that reader's interest on how to make a lizard card. Why they should. You could send it to a friend. It's cute. Okay, let's look at the supply list. It says you will need. This is the list of ingredients, and you see how, or the materials needed. And you see how that's at the front, at the start of the instructions? That helps your reader see, oh, I need a green card, I need scissors, I need glue, and I need a pencil or pen to be able to do this. Do I have all these materials to get started? And that's what anybody should do before they even start using instructions, is make sure they have all the ingredients or make sure that they have all the materials. And then next, there are 7 steps to completing the lizard card. It says step 1, step 2, step 3. See how those are bolded and start off the page, and that helps the reader follow along. Those are subtitles. They also have you will need. That's a subtitle, and that helps your reader see each of the elements of the instructions. Next, you can see in the fine print there is the actual instructions. So it's actually the writing of the instructions there in the fine print. And look at how easy to read they are, how easy they are to follow. They're 1 sentence long. And so maybe somebody who's not good at doing creative activities or creative projects would look at this and be like, you know what? These are simple instructions. I can follow these to make that lizard card. And look at the helpful tips at the bottom. It says, try using some red paper to add a tongue to your lizard. And that is a way to vary the final product, right? So it's a way to make it different. And then at the bottom, it says, can you think of any other decorations to make your card even better? That gives the reader even more creative license to go ahead and try to make it even different, right? You can make scales or, I don't know, something else that makes it even better or more creative. On the bottom right-hand corner, there's a pair of scissors, and it says, take care when you're using scissors ask an adult for help if you need it. And that is a safety tip, right? So that's for maybe a kid who's going to make this card. Make sure that you ask an adult for help if you need help being careful and safe with the scissors. Okay, so the next slide has teacher examples. And these are Miss Mawson's, mine, and Miss Bryant's examples of different tasks that we chose. We have our instructions and we have our video. And so we all made a video explaining how to do our task. So Miss Mawson wrote her instructions on a Google Doc, and then she has her video. I wrote my instructions using Canva, and I made an infographic on how to make quarantine-friendly chocolate dip peanut butter patties. And then I have my video, and Miss Bryant used Google Slides to make her instructions. So there's lots of different ways to kind of present your instructions, and you're free to use those. If you have any questions about how to write your instructions, please reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help you.